Okay, this is going to start things off for our POV drive on it, well, a dirt trail initially, but then some, you know, more real off-roading in a moment with the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. I haven't posted one of these on the second channel in quite some time, but I decided that, well, I didn't really want to have to do the research and the work to put together a car market video, so we're going to do this since I'm already out here filming for the main channel. Now, first thing I'd like to note with the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro is it's so comfortable at high speeds. It's got Fox shocks, which I feel like help out quite a bit with the off-roading. I mean, look at this. Like, again, this is more of a dirt road rather than a trail, but like, I can go pretty fast. That being said, though, the engine definitely holds this truck back, like a substantial amount. I feel like it just needs a better transmission. It's got a decent amount of power. It's just like the constant gear hunting, and I feel like I've used up a ton of fuel off-roading today, but that's just because I have to get in the throttle so much, and it's more of a transmission thing than anything else. But this is so comfortable. Like, yeah, going over little bumps and everything, this thing just glides. It's quite beautiful, honestly. So I guess from a high speed or higher speed off-road perspective, check. Oh, here we go. We're finally getting into some twisties on our dirt road. And look, it's our big brother. It's the Tundra. That was a TRD Pro too, so yeah, it truly is the big brother. Now with the twisty sections, the thing that I need to mention is it's kind of mixed, honestly. Ooh, this is big. Oh, that's pretty fine. That cattle guard was pretty rough, and it handled it really well. But yeah, going around corners here, you know, solid rear axle, so you got that happening. But the biggest thing is the steering. I mean, it's not the most direct, and then it's hard to like power out of the corners because of the transmission. So I feel like it's kind of more gliding rather than like, you know, braking in a little, like on a racetrack, right? Brake a little bit before you hit the corner and then powering out, because like this just doesn't have the engine transmission combo to really be able to handle that. I guess for the next section, we'll throw the camera on. We'll get like slightly articulated here, not a massive amount. But this trail up here, it's not the most difficult, if I'm being honest. But there's going to be some snow and mud, and so that should, in theory, raise the difficulty a bit with the trail. Because, you know, we might have some traction issues. Now, I am just in four-wheel drive high, if you guys are wondering. Pretty bumpy, ooh. But it seems like it's handling everything quite well. And if you don't know, the TRD Pro Tacoma has about 9.5 inches of ground clearance. And so it's not a massive amount, but it's enough. Why did the camera pop off? It's not a massive amount, but it's enough to get over a lot of obstacles, like this rock here that's in the center. Like on a lot of cars, this rock might scrape us, but in the Tacoma, we can climb over it. This is pretty cool. Again, I know that like camera stuff never does anything justice. Again, this isn't like extremely, I would never consider this like super difficult, but it's definitely requires some, you know, off-road kit. There are vehicles I've taken up this that have struggled, like the Jeep Grand Cherokee with the, you know, I took the Overland with the off-road group, which is basically a Trailhawk, and that kind of struggled on some of this stuff. So that just gives you like a general idea of what's going to happen. I guess we should climb up this hill. This might be fun. We're gonna go into the cave a little bit later, but there's a huge water puddle that we have to go through, and I kind of want to avoid that for right now because I want to see it on the other side to see how deep it is. Yeah, this thing's just like a, I mean, other than the fact that you don't have a lot of torque, this thing's like a mountain goat. That's the thing about the Tacoma is you do give up a little bit of on-road comfort and drivability for tons of off-road capability. And that's why so many people love off-roading, you know, the Tacomas and the 4Runners especially too. Because I mean, look at this, like, just doesn't even try. And we're just in four-wheel drive, and I'm not even having to, I have to look up a little bit, I'm not even having to use Toyota's crazy advanced traction control systems. Now this side might have snow on it still, we'll see. This is a very, ooh, yeah, we're probably not gonna go down this now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, super muddy. I think the truck could handle it, but the thing is, there's a ledge at the end. So if you lose control and slide, you're just gonna fly right off the ledge and boom, total the vehicle. Just realized this might make for good content, so I'll roll up the windows so that wind noise isn't bad. Going back down. Now I feel like the Tacoma gets good enough tire grip that I can kind of go down these hills pretty fast. And on top of that, again, with the Fox shocks, it has pretty good absorption. So if you go over a bump, you know, at a higher rate of speed, it's pretty good with the compression. Yeah, I will say, like, the Tacoma, I think, is like the biggest that I, you know, like when it comes to an off-road vehicle, because, you know, once you go bigger than this in terms of width and in terms of length, then it's just hard to fit down a lot of trails. Whereas this, like, I feel like you can still fit a decent amount of stuff in it, in the truck, and then you can also fit down trails as well. I mean, this is getting quite turny, tipsy turny. Woo! Let's go over. So the front camera did come in play a little bit here, so we can go over the rock. Boom! The tire. Yeah, see, like I just feel like you can, with the TRD Pros, I feel like it's not going to be like Raptor level of speed, but I feel like you can go pretty quick off-road in all sorts of conditions with trails. And so then it does kind of shrink the world, right? And I think that's something that can be kind of fun with off-roading, because it means that you can get to more places and adventure more. But it's kind of like having some cheat codes, right? With a video game, it's like, oh, I got to the, right? You get to the top of the mountain so fast and you're like, oh. Whereas like when you have a car that is less capable than something like this, sometimes it can be fun, because, you know, then it's like you have to work really hard to get up to something. And so then that definitely can add to the satisfaction. Yeah, some mud and ice here. Go through down here. And I haven't, surprisingly, I haven't bottomed out once in the Tacoma. I did scrape the back bumper a little bit in the off-road review, but I haven't like hit the front skid plate or anything, which is surprising, honestly, because again, you know, like I said, 9.5 inches of ground clearance is, it's not nothing, but it's not a lot. Oh yeah, I missed driving down this trail when it's dry. When we were here last time, there was tons of snow, so we had to go super slow. Whereas, you know, since it's dry, you can kind of hustle a little bit more because I've got grip. I'm not sliding all over the place with the snow. Oh man, starting to get creaky in here. That happens when you go all over the place off-road. Oh, it's my water bottle, actually, never mind. The interior is still tight. It's a Toyota, they're built pretty well. This is always freaky, this ridge, because it's like if you lose it, it's like you fall off on either side. Sketchy. Oh yeah, there's still, this is an area that just does not see the sun ever. So it's gonna take a while for this to dry out. But it's more dried out than I'd expect, considering, you know, how little light this gets. Oh yeah, this is super muddy. See this is what I was talking about, guys. Great call on my behalf. I just saved all of us totaling a vehicle. The camera off there for a second because the sun was so bright that I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see anything. Oh, that is a deep puddle. Yeah, see, this all used to be snow. Now it's melted. So, you know, and the thing about if you guys don't know, if you don't live in desert, the ground can't really absorb water. And so when you have the snow melt, it just pulls up in water. You've got really like slick mud, and then you just get big pools of water because the ground can't absorb it. It can only absorb so much. And this is crazy, rutted out in this cave too, even. Look at that, we got good old 4x4 getting us through. Well, there is a big mud puddle up here, and the only way to go through, God, camera. The only way to go through is to use a bit of momentum, I'm sure, and so we're just going to go right on through, no stopping. Oh, that was way easier than I thought it would be. I thought that I was potentially going to get stuck because I've had bad experiences with Toyotas in mud. But, you know, with a bit of momentum, anything's possible. Yeah, that was honestly not even a challenge for either of the vehicles. Cool shot though, cool shot. Hopefully you guys saw the Wrangler there in the side view mirror. But yeah, to quickly cap off this little off-road POV with the, oh, look at that. What is that? It's like jumping. It looks like a, I don't know the native animals here to Utah. There's another one. It's not a deer. Well, it kind of looks like a deer, but it's different. It's got like a weird nose thing. Yeah, like there's another one. What are those? Mule deers? I think that's what they're called, mule deers. I don't know. So if there's another one, just like slams into the Tacoma, just boom. I used to have a not totaled truck just like you until I took a mule deer to the side. Yeah, I think those are mule deers. Let me know if you know what they are. They look, yeah, they are deers for sure, but they've got like funny kind of faces. But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, I think this is a great off-road vehicle. It's, for what it is, it's very capable. I'm trying to think if there's a downside to this other than the powertrain. I wish that Toyota offered this with bigger tires, with a, I mean, the TRD Pro, yeah, it's a top line package. So I wish that the TRD Pro had bigger tires. I think that's my big gripe, is if this had bigger tires, I think that would be cool, like at least 33s, you know, if not 35s. But I understand that with mid-sized trucks, putting 35s on them, it's not going to be able to get great fuel economy, and obviously it's usually mid-sized trucks don't have the power to move that. But if this had at least 33s, I think that would be great, and just slightly more aggressive tires. But other than that, I mean, right out of the box, this is super capable. You can go to a lot of places, have a lot of fun, and you know, at a pretty affordable price, $50,000, which I know is still a lot of money, but I mean, that's about the price of the average brand new car, roughly. So for the price of the average brand new car, you can get a super reliable pickup truck that can also let you explore places like the deserts of Utah.